Okay, coming at you from Karen's Lab, aka Karen's Kitchen. So, we're gonna make super bread, and I kind of have everything pretty much measured out, just to make this fast. So, I'm making a double batch. So I will be putting it into glass baking bread dishes, whatever you call them. Anyway, so I don't blend everything together. Number one, it's too hard on the blender. Number two, I like things, some of it I like really ground down, and some of it I like really chunky. So like my almonds are not going to be ground to a powder, and my oat groats are going to stay pretty intact. Maybe cut, chop them in half. That's just how I do it. And then my other seeds, like my pepitas and sunflower seeds, they're going to get obliterated. So I do like my bread a little bit chunky, so or crunchy, however you want to say that. So I'll be back in a second, and you can see how I blended it. All right, I'm back. Okay, so I spared you all the noise from this blender that sounds like a jet. Okay, so you can see my almonds are like quarter piece, I guess, quarter size. I don't know if you could see that. Psyllium, not psyllium, I'm sorry, the oat groats, some of them are still whole. And then my seeds, like my sunflower seeds and my pepitas, are pretty well ground down. So the other thing that I do is I already have my chia seed ground, so I don't have to do any of that. Need 4 tablespoons. So that could just go right in there. Everything just goes in. That's the easy part about it. Okay, so chia's done, and then my flax again is already ground. I don't want to be grinding this in with the other nuts and seeds because they're tiny and they slip through. You want these to be ground down already so that you get to absorb all their goodness. Just gonna do it this way. So I'm gonna improvise here. So like I said, I'm making a double batch. So this would normally be half a cup, but double batch, 1 cup. All right, throw that in there. And then psyllium. Psyllium comes out to double, comes out to half a cup. All right, so that's all in there. So then all I need to do is put my salt in and my water. I do not use maple syrup. I don't see any point to it. I don't taste it anyways, so why put it in there if you don't taste it? And then I like to sprinkle sesame seeds on top, and I will show you that when I come back. Okay, so I am adding my water to my mixture. And we've got a barking dog. Great. I'm sure that'll continue. I know their patterns. So you're just going to mix this up really, really well. And then you can put it into your pans, and you're going to let it sit for 2 hours. So that's why you don't start this at 10 o'clock at night, or 9 o'clock, or 8 o'clock. Or I guess if you're a night owl, go ahead. If you want to be up all night cooking bread, I know a couple of you do. Maybe on accident, but yeah. I'm an early bird. I get this stuff done. And this is actually, I'm doing this on a break. I'm in a class right now, in a conference, a virtual conference. So I'm just doing this during my conference. Okay, another thing that I do to make life a little bit easier, because during this process, you have to take this out of the pan and flip it onto a rack. And I'll come back and show you that. But But just to make your life just a little bit easier, what I do is I put, I get a little piece of parchment paper and I just line the bottom of it and then have it out here on the edge to pull. So I could just separate that from the pan super quick and then let it continue cooking. So let's throw this in here. Such pressure. See if I can fumble this. And then you're just going to smush it all down. That's enough. You're going to smush it all down, get all the air pockets out, try to fill all the spaces so you actually have a loaf of bread and not some crumbly stuff that falls apart once you take it out of the oven. This actually feels very moist. I'm not sure. I forgot something? Hope not. That would suck. So I'm just doing this with the fork, just smushing it down. Okay, then I get my sesame seeds and I'm going to sprinkle those on top. Alright, I like sesame seeds. Alright, so that gets to sit for 2 hours. Alright, so I use this rack on top of a cookie sheet when I flip the bread over, so you'll see what I'm talking about here. Because it's a mess, especially with sesame seeds on top. And it's not going to come out for me like I wanted it to. Alright, plan B. Grab a knife. I forgot. So just go along the sides between the glass and the bread. Cut away at it so that you can flip it over easy and it'll pop out. Alright. That's more better. And then this is going to go in for, I think, 30 more minutes. But check that. I'm not 100% positive. So it should be fine. Should have put these seeds embedded in there. I don't think I did. Then this whole thing goes back in the oven.